Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of This Week in Comics. No Pete's Week in Comics this week because it's Crete's Week in Comics. Pete is on honeymoon in Crete, that's right. So we're jumping through some hoops to make that joke work and it didn't really land. So yeah, just me this week and we'll be taking a look at the stuff that's coming out on the 24th of October. We're 4 weeks into a 5-week month, which means the stuff's a bit more spread out. It's not a heavy week this week, so a bit of a chance for people to catch up. We've got some more stuff coming in next week to wrap it all up, and then we'll be moving into November, which is another heavy month. So lots of fun, lots of stuff to look at. No Pete, just me. So it's going to be Marvel heavy this week as I look at my favourite picks from this week. So forget about Pete. He's nothing. So I had a message from Pete earlier. He was like, "Oh, I'm not here. You're just going to do Spider-Man." Well, you're wrong, actually, Pete. I'm going to do Spider-Gwen. So, totally different character, alternate universe where Gwen survived, Peter died, and she has become Spider-Gwen. But they don't call her that in the universe because that would be stupid. They have started calling her Ghost Spider, largely because there's an animated movie coming out this winter, and I think they wanted to be able to differentiate between the characters. You can't just call everyone Spider-Man and Spider-Woman. So yeah, Ghost Spider, it's a lovely Battle Lines variant. This is making a lot of people happy with these variant themes this month. I got all the last series of Spider-Gwen. I was very happy with it, so I'm glad to see this back on the shelves, and I'm sure you will be too.
Oh, I didn't see you there. It's me, Pete, from Pete's Week in Comics. But this time, from Crete. And I'm going to run down a few of my top picks for this week. I'll start with Action Comics issue 1004. Now this is an exciting issue. We've all been waiting for this one. It's the issue where Superman finally confronts Lois about where she's been, what she's been up to, why she's been keeping her return a secret from him. And where's John? Where's her son? We just don't know. But you read Action Comics 1004 and you'll find out.
Okay, so my second Pete this week, in a week which Pete said, "Oh, you're just going to do Spider-Man because I'm not there," is Spider-Girls. Part of the Spider-Geddon crossover. It's only a 3-issue series, it's not a huge commitment. Basically, if you've been enjoying Mayday Parker's adventures over the years as Spider-Girl, and then when she showed up in the big Spider-Verse crossover a few years ago, she is in her own book along with the other people who've been called Spider-Woman, or derivatives thereof. So if you want a bit of girl power, definitely a book for you to check out. It's part of the overriding Spider-Geddon crossover, as I mentioned. Issue 2 of that dropped this week. Amazing Spider-Man issue 8 dropped this week. It's a heavy Spider week, and I'm not even talking about them, am I? So get over it. You know, if Pete was here, he'd just be talking about Superman and Titans anyway. So you're not missing much.
Oh, hello again. I was just rescuing the Lilo. You know how it is when you're on holiday. But the next comic I want to recommend you, before I drown in here, is Titans issue 28, part of this Drowned Earth storyline crossing over with Justice League and Aquaman. Now, a lot of you are going to be buying Justice League, you're going to be buying Aquaman, and you're not going to know that Titans crosses over. So if you want to buy all of the Drowned Earth series, make sure you pick up Titans issue 28.
Okay, so my third pick this week, it's another Marvel issue 1. It's part of the Infinity Wars, Infinity Warps character mashups, a bit like Amalgam, but without DC characters, just 2 Marvel characters in one. And it's not Spider-Man, is it? No, it's the furthest thing possible in the world from Spider-Man. It's Arachnite, yeah? So it's like 50% Spider-Man, 50% Moon Knight. So you might have seen Super Soldier Supreme and Iron Hammer, War Machine, as Pete said it should have been called. He's right. That was a good call of his. These have been doing really well for us. So good, in fact, that we've barely had any on the shelf. They've usually been out the door before we've had a chance to even look at them. So, yeah, in a way that's good for us because total sellout is good and the people collecting them seem really, really happy. We do have a few more of these just because there are a lot of Spider-Man fans in store. So you get a few extra Spidey books for the shelf because Spider-Man sells, Pete. That's what you don't get. Spider-Man sells. The next to Batman, it's our best-selling character in store. So, where's Superman? No, Superman actually sells really well for us, but not quite in the same league as Batman by Tom King or Amazing Spider-Man. Have I mentioned Batman by Tom King before? It's quite a good book.
Oh, hi again. I'm just about to go for dinner, but before I do, I just want to recommend you read X-Men Black Juggernaut issue 1. This is part of that X-Men lead up to the new Uncanny X-Men series, focusing on a lot of the villains. This time, everyone's favourite relative of Professor X that isn't Legion, Juggernaut. Obviously, you all saw Deadpool 2. You enjoyed Juggernaut in that, so if you liked him in that and you've not read any Juggernaut stories before, pick up X-Men Black, Juggernaut issue 1. I'm just going to go and have some dinner. See you later.
I don't feel like I've done enough. Is that enough this week?
Yeah,
3
fine.
books?
Why
It's
won't it
fine.
be? It's fine.
I don't know, I haven't really looked at anything from DC. Image only dropped 2 books this week. No issue 1s, no easy jumping on points. There's a bunch of stuff from Dynamite, so all you Vampirella fans will be pleased to know there was like 4 different Vampirella books this week. Do with that what you will. But yeah, it wasn't a huge week for indie stuff. So I'm going to move on now to my graphic novel pick of the week, which is an indie book. It's Image's Isola Volume 1. You might have heard me mention Isola in this video a couple of times because I am quite a fan of this book. It's beautiful artwork. It's a nice fantasy adventure tale. And that is 5 issues for $9. So Image do have quite a good entry-level price point for their books. I'm very pleased to see this one in store, on the shelf. And long may it be in store. I mean, you know, we'll sell it and get it back in. I don't just mean this one copy will be on the shelf forever. That would be awful. Well, it's a shame Pete's not here this week because we had some extra goodies in store. We had this lovely Bruce Timm animated Superman statue. That's going to look very good in our cabinet. And we also had this Superman comic box. But Pete's missed it by going on holiday. So he'll never know until next week when he's back. So that's the Superman logo. Obviously, it looks slightly less good once you punch out the carry hole. But who knows? Maybe he'll have that logo in the comic at some point. He's had pretty much every other logo. I feel like this video is mostly going to be this box going right next to the mic. So we'll see how that comes out. Okay, so that's it for another week. As we always say, support your local comic shop. Everything we've shown here is available in all good comic shops around the UK, across America. It all comes out on the Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, every week. We have great stuff. We actually get it like 4 hours ahead of America because just that's how cool we are. And I'm going to close the video by talking about Halloween Comic Fest, which is coming up this weekend, Saturday the 27th of October. What is Halloween Comic Fest, I hear you ask? Good question. It's basically Free Comic Book Day 2. It's our last giveaway of the year. So yeah, you get no more free comics after this until like May next year. So your last chance to pick up some free comics. And what's it going to be? Well, not for the kids. We've got a Hellblazer special. It's an old classic story by Neil Gaiman and Dave McKean. Certainly a great sampler for Hellblazer if you've not read it. We have new from Garth Ennis, A Walk Through Hell. This is from Aftershock Comics. It's done okay for us, but not many people buying Aftershock, so maybe we can rectify that. If you like them big and muscly, as I know a lot of you do, because everyone gets Jason Aaron's 4 and Jason Aaron's Avengers, we have War of the Realms. Completely free. Did I mention they were free? Free comics. If you were giving away free comics, you'd expect a queue, wouldn't you? We also have Ms. Marvel issue 1 featuring Kamala Khan. Not very Halloween-y, that one, really. But that one is Hellboy. Again, a bit more mature readers, not for the kids, Hellboy. But this, I think, will be the popular one this week. The slightly creepier, superior Spider-Man issue 1. It starts off with a bit of body swap horror, where Dr. Octopus has taken over for Peter Parker. Peter's died in an old person's body, pretty gruesome. And now Dr. Octopus will be a superior Spider-Man. So all these and many, many more books will be given away completely free this Saturday. Please come in store, check out some of the lovely stuff we have, and I hope to see you then. Thank you for watching as always. Comment, like, subscribe. See you next week.